song says, Lord, I have no feet, but at least I can breathe. We always have something to be thankful for. But here is my lesson. It is very easy. Very easy. I'm sure all of you know. Complaining. Have something to be thankful for. Of a furnace. Try worshiping God when all hell has broken loose. Do you know the meaning of that statement? I have a sister. She called me one day crying, and she told me a very short statement. She said, Winnie, someone has told me problems come in 3, but me, I'm on the 5th. I said, ha! Thank God it's not written anywhere that problems come in 3. She said problems come in 3. But there's also a very familiar statement that people use. It says, what problems people use? It says, what more can happen? You know when you feel like you've hit rock bottom? When you're at rock bottom and wondering now, what more can, as in I have hit, I have sat, I have accepted. Now it is in that point. Let me tell you something. The thing about worshiping God in spirit and in truth, sometimes it's birthed from pain. You know what they call pain? That is why you will see, I don't know if you've been to places, but I remember ages ago, I was about 22. I went to Uganda and I happened to go to Pastor Bugembe's worship nights. He used to do worship nights in Namboole Stadium. So for the first time I went, I actually timed so I can be there for that worship night. I went, the choir came. Very young girls, they came, they sang, they danced, they praised the Lord. It was amazing. We danced, people carried chairs. Yay, yay, yay. Finished. There came worship. They finished. Now this one, I don't know what they call it. It was worship. But it was carried chairs. Yay, yay, yay. Finished. There came worship. They finished. Now this one, I don't know what they call it. It was worship. But it was by one of those mamas. You know those women who have grown. They have passed through fire. They have walked through water. They have seen life left, right, and center. They have been squeezed. They know what it means to worship God in spirit and in truth. Normally, they will be dressed very decently, that even if they roll on the floor, you don't need to come and cover anything. They are at that point in life where pain has squeezed them to that point where they worship God in spirit and in truth, that their voice does not matter. They don't really care. They gave a mic to that woman. I am squeezed. Yeah? He's called, what's his name again? Danson Oyekan. Now that man, if you know his story, he lost his wife. I think they had 2 children. A few years into their marriage, the wife died. After the wife died, the man tells the story. He says he was in so much pain. He was confused. He was in fear. He didn't know what to do next. Then it's at that point that the Lord told him, press in deeper. Press in what? Deeper. Now, before the wife died, we didn't know him that much. He wasn't composing any songs. He wasn't traveling around the world to sing. But after the wife died, after that pain, he pressed in deeper. I don't know if any one of you has seen him worship lately. In the last 2 years, or I'll tell Pastor over there who doesn't know. When that man holds a mic, now when I say I don't like him, I like him, this is what he does. He will sing a song. He will start. Because of who you are, I give you glory. And people will be slain. Stopping there, he will start another one. Lord, you are. He will sing 2 lines. Finish, he will start another one. But while he's doing all that confused worship, that's why I said I love him. Amidst that confused worship, you need to go and watch him. Give him a microphone for 10 minutes. 10. People will be slain in the spirit. And guess what? his accent is not the best. There's a Nigerian accent, but there's one that is bad. His is on that line. Now, there are voices that can, there are people that can sing, and you even feel your goosebumps coming on your skin. When that man starts singing, you look for the gifts, you look for everything you will not find. What am I saying? His voice is not the best, but there's one thing I'll tell you that is very undeniable. That man worships God in spirit and in truth, and it is evident everywhere he stands. You should go and try and see where he's ministered. That man has traveled. I'll tell you, he will not sing one song and finish it. Huh? One song. In fact, the voice. I can't sing, by the way. I can't sing, but I'm trying to tell you the truth. His voice is not the best. His accent is not the best. He doesn't even sing songs and finish them. But he worships God in spirit and in truth, and it is evident. Very, very, very evident. It is very rare in this day and age to find a worshiper who holds a microphone, and the miracles that are happening in the congregation are even more than the preachers. Actually, he's one of the first people that I've seen a few. I've seen, when Darlene Sheikh sings, there's change. People's hearts, people will be crying, people will be moved. But people falling and the ushers are covering and picking and bringing to the pulpit. There's a time they gave him 1 hour. By the time he finished worshiping, the entire front was full of people who were being delivered. I'm talking about worshiping God in spirit and in truth. There's a homeless man. I actually watched a documentary of him. He was asked, when they interview people who are homeless. So they asked him, how are you? How are you feeling? And in truth, there's a homeless man. Wembera simanyi chiddako nsula ku luguudo, but I know God loves me more than anyone else in the world. Now, my final story, because time is gone. There's a man, I failed to speak his surname, but I'll try my best. His trouser because he has no legs. But this man, he actually started a charity, and the name of the charity actually amazed me. It's called Attitude is Altitude. Attitude is what? Is altitude.